moments away. They gather at the Wells Fargo Center in Philadelphia. The Celtics taking on the 76ers. For Boston, they battled through the first half of the season. 7th place in the East. Can they take it even higher? Sixers, Celtics, coming up on 2K Sports. Welcome to this Thursday night in the NBA, right here on 2K Sports. Alongside Greg Anthony and Stan Van Gundy, this is Kevin Harlan. David Aldridge will be joining us from the sideline. Already it's February. Let's see how the East is matching up. You take a look at the 76ers. What a run they've had this year. In first place and charging seemingly at will toward the postseason. These guys have been outstanding. And, of course, there's the Celtics. They have a lot of ground to make up.
And right now for the 76ers, it's been the kind of start to their season that a lot of experts were predicting. And by that, I mean a very strong start.
Yeah, this is the start they wanted to have, but their goals are much bigger. They're focused on playing into June and bringing home a championship.
And now the opening lineup for Boston. White in at shooting guard, with Brown playing small forward. Porzingis is out there with Torrey Craig. And it's Pritchard in at the point. And for the 76ers, they've got MP. Also, George out there. Embiid is out there with Tyrese Maxey. And it's Grimes in at the two-guard spot. And looking at tonight's contest, Coach, why are both teams so good rebounding?
Well, I'd like to say it's great coaching, Kevin. You know, I always give those guys credit. But in reality, both teams do have a philosophy to go after the ball, and both these teams have tough, active people who are committed to getting as many extra possessions as they possibly can.
And you can't win in this league unless you can rebound, right?
Well, especially on the defensive end, Kevin, you've got to be able to keep the other team off the glass. At the offensive end, it sort of varies from team to team.
They get it back. Screened by Porzingis. Here's Pritchard. They get the rebound. Porzingis inside, guarded by Embiid, and the officials call him for a 3-second violation. And with plenty of games still ahead, here's a quick rundown of the power rankings thus far. Taking a look at New York, they couldn't hold their position this week, but remain in the top 10.
And when I look at Philadelphia, they just crushed expectations all season long. Only a few people thought they could sustain this level of excellence, but here they are.
Get used to seeing that over the next 10-plus seasons. MP taking flight.
So first quarter just over a minute and a half in. White bounce pass. Some nice ball movement here by the Celtics. White setting the pick for Porzingis. Brown wide open. He fires. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Brown's got 5 now.
And I like to see this. They're calling his number early, and he's delivering.
Yeah, well, his offensive contributions are going to be very important in this game. So it's good they've already got him in a rhythm.
Yeah, spotting the open teammate there. Nice work by Maxey.
And let's head over to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, I was able to talk with Nick Nurse for a minute. We talked about how they plan to deal with Jaylen Brown. He said Brown's explosive off the dribble, so we have to have bodies in front of him, be physical with him, stay connected with him at all times. See if they can keep Jaylen in check. Back to you guys.
Okay, David, much appreciated. On our AT&T 5G Slam Cam, you just saw an explosive highlight. For Boston, they've gone 3 of 7 from the field since we've gotten underway. Brown against George. Brown right side. And the rejection by MP. Kicks it out to Maxey. And here in the first, about 3 minutes in, and he uses the glass on the layup.
And with how explosive Maxey is, he's not your average guard in the paint.
Back to Brown. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. That one on Embiid.
And you know what? You allow a guy to get right to the rim like that. That's your only option.
And Greg, we were talking Jaylen Brown making the 2023 All-NBA second team. That was big for him, wasn't it?
Yeah, Kevin, it made Jaylen eligible for the Supermax, signing for that 5-year extension in July of 23. At the time, the largest contract in NBA history.
Now, here's MP. He's coming off an unbelievably high-scoring game. And we're approaching about 3.5 minutes played in the first quarter. Pass to Pritchard. Craig with a screen on Maxey. Again, the miss by the Celtics.
Well, you can tell he thinks he should have had that one even harder on him when he's got a good look like that and it doesn't go down.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting it in the paint and continue to score consistently.
Here's White, following the basket by Tyrese Maxey. 7-foot shot, and the rejection by Embiid.
And how about the anticipation from the big fella? Embiid is one of the league's premier shot blockers.
Here's Maxey. That falls. Nice feed that time from Jordan. Maxey's got 7. In a moment here to take a look at some hustle stats for the 76ers.
Well, their defense has been really impressive, especially the number of blocks they've managed to get. It's not easy to keep denying guys at the rim.
And something else they've done well tonight is finding points in transition. So far, the fast break has been a plus for them.
Oh, great ball movement there.
Celtics trail by 9. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Brown finds Porzingis. Outside, White. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Pass to Craig. And stolen by MP. Here's George. And the 76ers tack on 2 more.
And the story here, Kevin, early on is how well they've shot the basketball.
And so Joe Mazzulla calls for the timeout. He's going to have a discussion here on the sideline. Boston making a switch here. Hauser's checked in. And a chance now to take a look at some numbers for Kristaps Porzingis.
He's been playing a much bigger role in their offense over the past 5 games. It comes across in his usage rate, which has gone up during that stretch. We'll see if they continue to lean on him here tonight.
Now, here's Craig. He averages about 5 points a game. Inside, here's Brown. The shot is good. And so is his shooting tonight. 3 for 4. And it's Maxey with the ball for the Philadelphia 76ers. First chance of the season for them to go up against this Celtics team.
And they really took care of business against this group last year, winning the season series.
Here's Grimes. No scoring in this one. Screen by MP. They grabbed their own miss. From deep, George. Good, and it's MP picking up the assist. MP's got his 3rd assist on the night. To Hauser. Now Brown. Count that one. Brown's got 10 points in the game.
Well, he's been hot out of the gates, 4 for 5, and he might just be getting started.
And MP throws it down hard.
That's a young, creative mind right there. MP doing work.
Celtics trail by 12. Brown outside. Out to the right wing. A wide open look here for Craig. Off the mark there with the 3-point shot.
They've been beating them to a lot of those loose balls and rebounds here to start.
Pass to Embiid. Porzingis with the steal. And a fast break now for the Celtics. Craig against MP. Craig kicks to Brown. 6 to shoot. It's up a 3. Craig can't get it to go.
and there hasn't been anything easy for him in this period.
Well, the offense has to look for ways to get him easier shots, better selections. You have to be set up for success.
And the rejection by MP. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by MP. Both teams deciding to change it up.
Substitution on the court.
Brown outside. Porzingis sets the pick for Brown. Here's Craig. That three off the mark.
Well, this hasn't been his quarter so far. He's really struggling to get going.
MP sets the screen for Maxey. MP kicks to Embiid. MP looking around. And they call the foul, so he's got the and one chance here to make it a three-point play.
I love the determination that MP showed there. He is developing into an absolute bulldog.
And well over halfway into the season now, GA, how much have the rookies changed since the start of the season?
Kevin, most are completely different players, right? The foundation was there, but they know their role on the team, and it's more about refining their game than learning it.
McCain's shot is off.
And I think that one could have easily have fallen for him.
Brown outside. Porzingis sets the pick for Brown. Bangs home the trifecta. Brown's got 13.
Just a heroic scoring effort from him this quarter. He's doing everything he can to will them back into this game.
MP dishes to Oubre. Good, and it's MP picking up the assist. MP's got 4 assists now tonight. Celtics trail by 14. Here's Shireman. Brown outside. Porzingis sets the pick for Brown. And the Celtics another three.
Well, there's an example of Brown's ability to see the floor. Nice pass right there.
Oubre finds MP. Here's Maxey. And the 76ers tack on 2 more.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash mouth physical basketball, guys.
Boston shooting just 35% to start the game. Brown outside. And again, Boston with the triple.
Well, when you're as polished and practiced a shooter as Brown, there's no reason to hesitate.
Here's MP. And it's a great finish!
Oh, my.
And they have owned the paint so far, and the score reflects it.
Yeah, it's not difficult to figure out why they built this lead. They have been dominant in the paint.
Here's Shireman. Nothing on the board. Shoots. Brown, no good.
A team's rebounding is a great measure of its energy, and theirs has been terrific here in the first quarter.
Pass to MP. Rebound, Boston.
Oh, you gotta finish at the rim right there. You hate seeing those opportunities go to waste.
GA, these Boston Celtics are unquestionably a top-tier offensive unit.
Stupendous shooting, excellent instincts with the ball. Yeah, they are a model offense in many ways, making it tough for many teams to keep up with them.
And with an update from the sideline, let's check in with David Aldridge.
Thanks very much. MP in the last game against the Nets had a huge game. He finished with 59 points, and the points were just the start of it. He joined an elite few by walking away with a quadruple double. He ended up with a stat line he's no doubt proud of, and I'm sure he wants to replicate it again. Kevin?
Thanks, David. Greg, it was obvious. He was having a lot of fun out there. Tremendous victory.
I'll tell you, he may have been enjoying himself, but whoever was matched up against him certainly wasn't.
Yeah, well, winning is usually fun, especially when you have it going like he did.
McCain's shot is off.
The defense ready for him on that possession. They had to be, because he is so strong in the paint.
And here's Porzingis for a three. And it's MP with the rebound. The 76ers leading by 16. Maxey finds MP. MP with a screen on Craig. Back to MP. Craig pulls it in. There's 25 seconds left here in the first quarter. Oubre against Brown. Pass to Hauser. Another miss, and they desperately need a bucket. Maxey passes to MP. No good with the layup. And so it's MP making things happen for the 76ers. He made his mark in a big way on the boards in that quarter. And we'll be back with you shortly. And welcome back to the second quarter of action. Plenty of basketball left to play, but this one has been one-sided so far. And the 76ers have been rolling along, haven't they?
Well, you have to love what they've done offensively after that first period.
Well, you know I'm going to give this coaching staff some credit. What a great game plan they've had. Let's see if this can continue.
On the court for the Celtics, we've got White, and it's Shireman in at the 2. Here's White in the corner. Horford with it. No good with the triple. And so it's Maxey who brings up the ball for the 76ers. 18 points separating the teams. That's the biggest lead of the game. You know, a trend that's been unmistakable, Greg, over the last few decades has been the number of positionless players.
Yeah, and I think that's a great thing, right? So many players now with diversity in their skill set, and there's no need to commit a player to a certain role just based on their size.
Now here's White. Hasn't made one yet. Pass to Hauser. Three-pointer, and the three ball is good.
Yeah, and guys, when White's got the ball in his hands, you can count on him to make the right decision with it.
And George kicks to Maxey. Got a piece of it. And that's on a bounce. Philadelphia will retain possession.
A moment to check out MP here. Over the last month, he has been spectacular. First in scoring, first in rebounding, and with his incredible court vision, he's first in the league in assists per game.
And his scoring abilities are just so far out of sight. Number 1 overall right now. No one's been able to slow him down or even come close. And the Celtics with possession here after Paul George getting his 3 to go.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
It's good. Nice touch there from Maxey.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
And he comes up with the deuce. MP's got 22.
He's been reliable from the floor, and that's reflected on the scoreboard.
And the foul called on MP. That's his first foul. Kyle Lowry, he's checked in for Maxey. Pritchard, he's checked in for the Celtics. Horford the pass to Cornette. It's White on the wing. With the drive. Good D by Drummond. The 76ers leading by 23. Here's MP. And MP throws it down hard.
Yeah, it's so rewarding as a coach to see a young guy like MP succeeding like this on the offensive end.
Here's Pritchard. Still yet to score. Pass to Hauser. 4 on the shot clock. The Celtics need to get a shot off to halt the run. Cornette passes to Hauser. Horford with the bounce pass. White. Again, the miss by the Celtics.
Well, I'm surprised that didn't fall for him. We know that's a shot he can hit. and there wasn't much resistance either.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Now a timeout called by Boston.
And the lack of rim protection, top of the list.
Well, if you're just going to let them score inside at will, you might as well pack your bags.
Porzingis is checked in for Boston.
Celtics substitution. Number 8, Kristaps Porzingis.
Nice ball movement by Boston. Here's Pritchard. He's certainly been a consistent piece of their offense, averaging about 14.5 points a game.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
Here's MP, and it's in there. MP's got 26.
Yeah, they're going to have a nice little run here.
Here in the second quarter, just under 3.5 minutes played. Pritchard passes to Hauser. And here's White. Pass to Horford. Here's Hauser. There's a screen. Here's Pritchard. Sinks the triple. Pritchard's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3.
Yeah, so skilled offensively. Getting the ball in his hands is generally a good idea.
MP sets the screen for George. Good, and it's MP picking up the assist. MP's got 10 assists here tonight. So active. And the rejection by MP.
All right, I'm just going to say it. He's 0 for the game. Might be time to stop shooting the ball.
And the crisp passing has opened things up for them offensively.
Here's Pritchard. His last outing, he had 18 points. Pass to Horford. This one for 3. It's hauled in by the 76ers. They're coming off that win against the Nets.
And sometimes it's a lot harder to get easy looks on the road, but they found ways to get their guys good looks.
Yeah, they had a good game plan, executed it well, and they didn't let the crowd affect them.
Nice tip in there. I mean, he's got like a sixth sense in terms of where the miss is going to go. That is really a talent.
Boston's gotten cold from deep in the second quarter, just 2 of 6 from long range. Horford against MP. Porzingis with a screen on MP. 6 on the shot clock. Pass to Pritchard. Fires the 3. And Philadelphia grabs the miss. MP's got rebound number 13 for him here tonight. Stan, as you know, in past years, Peyton Pritchard had always wanted a starting role. Now, more opportunity, and he has responded.
Yeah, Kevin, he's very competitive and certainly deserving of rotation minutes. He is just now entering his prime.
Al Porzingis following the miss by Kyle Lowry from deep. And the basket by Hauser.
And after not making any threes in the first half, he now has 2 here in the second half. Let's see if he continue to add to that.
Now, here's MP. He has 30. Here's Grimes. And they come right back with their own 3-pointer. Grimes has got his first 3 points of the game. Celtics shooting a pretty sorry 29% from the floor here. Pritchard passes to Porzingis. Shoots off the step back. MP grabs the miss. MP's got 14 rebounds tonight, going after. And the basket is good.
Lowry showing he still has that burst.
And Boston has possession. They couldn't put the pieces together, losing that last matchup with San Antonio.
Yeah, I mean, they had their chances, competed deep into that game, but had a few lulls there that just kind of took them down.
Well, this has to be a frustrating loss because they actually played well, but it still wasn't enough for them to get the win.
Porzingis and the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
That's his second.
And the conversation for Porzingis, coach, tends to always come back to health. And what a challenge that has been for him.
Yeah, Kevin, over his career, on average, he's missed about 30 games per season. But that's not an uncommon problem, as you know, for players who stand well over 7 feet tall.
The Celtics making a switch here. Brown's checked in.
Readiness is so important, and the moment he saw his opening, MP was ready to attack.
And so Brown will bring it up for Boston. And stolen by MP. Lowry has the open look. The three-pointer is right on target. Lowry's got his second bucket of the night.
They've been outstanding from beyond the arc this quarter. Their percentage has been climbing steadily.
And MP throws it down hard.
Fantastic slam by MP, proving how dangerous he can be inside.
Over to the left wing. Left side, Horford. Here's the screen. There's Brown with the three. MP grabs the miss.
And a big lead for them on both the scoreboard and the backboard thus far.
A moment now to hear from our sideline reporter, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. David.
Kevin, thanks. Jaylen Brown has put it all together. He said, I'm figuring out my spots to be aggressive. That's in my DNA. But also showing how I've grown. Being a great screener, delivering passes on time and on target. That's important to being a great teammate. I'm focused on being a better basketball player. Kevin?
Yeah, and he's a smart one too, right, David? He is something else. Outstanding stuff, DA, as always. Stan, of all the different styles of offense in this NBA, what style is the toughest to defend, toughest to stop?
Kevin, I don't think there's really any difference in terms of styles or systems in terms of what's tough to stop. It's players, and it's how well a system maximizes their best players. That's what makes teams tough to stop.
Here's Pritchard after the made shot from Joel Embiid.
Not sure why he keeps trying his luck from deep here. It's just not his night.
Oubre outside. Good ball movement here by the 76ers. MP kicks to Oubre. Here's the three. That's his second shot and his second basket. He's 2 for 2.
And they're getting points, they're getting stops, and this is how they'd like to play all the time.
Great example of how to build a lead and then sustain it. You win games on both ends of the floor.
And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by MP. Maxey's checked in for the 76ers. Celtics also with a sub. Hauser's checked in. Porzingis passes to Horford. Here's Pritchard. The tray. MP grabs the miss. MP's got his 18th rebound here tonight, all over the place. Philadelphia has gone 4 of 6 from long range in the second quarter. Solid shooting. And MP throws it down hard.
And how about just floating to the rim on that slam?
Boy, when he gets up, I mean, he gets up. So far, we've seen them be a bit careless with the ball.
Simply put, out of control is how they've played thus far. They're going to have to reel it in and show some more discipline.
Pass to Pritchard. Out left to the wing. Hauser the pass to Pritchard. 5 to shoot. Here's Porzingis, guarded by Embiid, and it's good. 2 points. Porzingis has got 5 now.
Well, hey, you set Porzingis up and he'll knock him down. Terrific off the catch.
Here's a look at some stats for Kristaps Porzingis. His last 10 games have been exceptional. 3rd in blocks. And he's among the top 20 players in three-point field goal percentage. He has been locked and loaded from beyond.
And you aren't top 3 in blocks unless you're committed to dominating in that category. His awareness and hustle is off the charts. Very impressive. Now here's Brown. 38 points for him last game against San Antonio.
And he did a ton of damage from the line. Assertive play and consistent free throw shooting can be a huge difference maker. Well, his offense is carrying them right now. And even with the defense keying on him, he's making great adjustments on the fly.
Here's Pritchard. Left side, Porzingis. Brown outside. White the pass to Porzingis. Baseline jumper. And the shot no good, a bit short.
Well, he wants to shoot his way out of this cold spell, but the struggles continue.
Yeah, I get it, but you don't want him forcing things. It's better to get your shots within the flow of the offense.
Now, here's MP. After the miss from Tyrese Maxey. Driving the lane, and slam dunk by Maxey.
Offensively, Maxey can be such a problem. He attacks you with that relentless energy.
Left side, Porzingis. Here's the floater. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
And they're getting to the line a lot in this quarter, guys, and it hasn't been by accident.
The Celtics shooting their 7th and 8th attempts at the foul line tonight.
And when you talk about Jaylen Brown, you have to bring up his two-way ability. He's a pure scorer who can also guard the opposing best wing. There aren't a lot of guys like Brown in the league.
Yabusele, he's checked in for Philadelphia.
Well, what a half he's had. He has completely warped the shape of this game with his hot shooting.
To the paint, here's Craig. There's another block.
A defensive stalwart so far. That's 6 blocks.
Greg protecting the rim. Love the hustle. Here's Maxey. And denied. He sends it right off the glass. Here's Brown. And the rejection by MP. Puts up a deep three. And the last second attempt doesn't fall. And so it's Philadelphia holding an unbelievable lead as the quarter wraps up. And it's been their rugged defense setting the tone. Right back after this break.
Thanks for stopping by, everybody. The story tonight.
I think they've been smart in their approach, guys. I mean, finding ways to set up ready shooters. And if you don't have it, just make the extra pass.
And more often than not, the right guys are getting fed.
And changing it up. And that is it for halftime, folks. It is.
Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. You look at MP in this one, he's been everywhere.
As impressive as the block totals are from him early on, they don't even tell the whole story. He's changed countless others.
Yeah, now that he's established that defensive presence, guys think twice before challenging him.
They've got Embiid. MP out there with George. Then there's Tyrese Maxey. And it's Grimes in at the shooting guard position. That's Nick Nurse's 5 as we get into the second half.
The reflexes on Porzingis can surprise you. For a big, he plays with great quickness.
And Nick Nurse, Greg, the 26th head coach in 76ers franchise history.
And Kevin, known for his creativity and that outside-the-box thinking, I think it's a good fit with this forward-thinking front office.
Here's Brown. Paul George making his last shot. Porzingis inside. Embiid's there. Porzingis can't hit.
And the defense gave him no space. He had to fade back. That's not an easy look for most guys.
That one drops for him.
And he continues to shoot a perfect percentage. Clearly a big reason why they're up right now.
White the pass to Porzingis. Back to White from downtown. No good on that one.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
Maxey finds MP. To the left wing. MP with a screen on White. Porzingis with the rebound. Porzingis has got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. To the inside. Here's Brown, and the rejection by Embiid. And he's able to get it back. Here's Pritchard, covered by MP. Doubled by Maxey. And here's Brown outside. Boston, no good that time either.
This is not how they wanted to start the second half. Just 1 of 5 so far.
And here's the break. Here's Pritchard. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. That one on Embiid. Stan, you talk about a stacked roster. It's hard to find many weaknesses for the Celtics.
Yeah, Kevin, there's a reason the Executive of the Year award went to Boston's front office last season. The Celtics are built right, and they're built to last.
Kendall, and the dunk by Embiid.
Well, he's been a lot of their offense, and the numbers certainly show it.
Boston's gone 0 of 2 from deep to start things here in the second half. It's Brown on the wing, defended by George. From the line, and it's MP with the rebound.
That was a good look from the mid-range. He'd like to have that one back.
Embiid, no good. Celtics have gone only 1 of 6 from the field in the third quarter. Not how they pictured the half started. A 3 from Porzingis. Again, the miss by the Celtics. The 76ers have gone 3 of 6 in the third quarter, 50% from the field. Kendall, a beautiful reverse layup. MP's got 46 points.
And they're passing the ball very crisply here.
Here's Pritchard, 5 points in the game. Third quarter action, and just under 3.5 minutes have gone. Craig against MP. Shot clock at 6. Craig kicks to Porzingis. Misses the 3.
Well, I hate to say it, but he hasn't done a lot to help their cause tonight. He's been a little erratic from the floor.
MP passes to Maxey. MP sets the screen for Maxey.
And that is the exact type of opportunity this offense is looking to create.
Yeah, quality offense will serve you well in the long run. You can't settle for bad shots.
And the Celtics with possession here. After the miss from Tyrese Maxey. 2 points, that one goes. Philadelphia's gone past the three-point line for 13 of their shots. 6 of 13. And that one's good, Maxey.
And really keeping the ball hopping around here offensively.
Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Shoots it up. A shot by Pritchard, no good. For Philadelphia, they've gone 5 of 9 on field goal attempts since halftime. And that one, good. MP's got 48.
The desire to win, it fuels MP. He doesn't let anything get in his way.
Right wing. On the wing, Brown. Rebound by the 76ers. Now the 76ers with it. They're on a 12-4 run right now. Kicks it out to Maxey. MP right side. White against Maxey. Rebound Boston. Craig's got 4 rebounds in this game. And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for the 76ers.
Well, their passing has been just exceptional, and it's opened up the floor for them on numerous occasions.
And they've also forced a lot of turnovers, capitalizing and turning those turnovers into points. Way to get after it.
Drummond's checked in for Philadelphia. Kyle Lowry comes in for Maxey. Here's Porzingis. Good D by Drummond. The 76ers have gone a solid 6 of 11 when shooting here in the third quarter. The shot that time, not on target. Nice D from Porzingis. Here's Pritchard while recovering. Here's Craig. Good on the three-point shot. Craig's got 8 points.
Well, clearly some sort of defensive breakdown there. He is not the kind of guy you give room to at the arc.
And there's the bucket from MP.
Just no resistance on the inside. That's their 5th consecutive make in the paint.
Brown outside. And there's the whistle. Illegal screen. Well, let's take this chance now to bring up the rookies at the head of their class in steals this past month. MP is number 1.
And if those numbers show us anything, it's how good he is at picking up on ball handlers' tendencies and knowing when to make his move.
Celtics making a switch here. Hauser's checked in.
Oh, let's go home. That was just ridiculous.
I do not remember the last time I saw a dunk like that in a game. Nice job capturing the moments on the AT&T 5G Slam Cam. Here's Brown after the Sixers pick up 2. And the rejection by MP.
Boston ball.
Pass to Craig. White looking around. Here's Hauser. Just 4 to shoot. Brown outside. Hands it from downtown. Brown's got 24.
They've given up a lot of three-pointers here today.
Here's MP. It's blocked. And it's out of bounds. The 76ers able to retain possession here. Here's McCain. He has yet to score. Good, and the assist goes to MP.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
To the wing on the left. Craig against MP. Back to Craig. Again with the block. And that's 9 blocks.
You know he's going to be coming hard for that 10th, too.
And Philadelphia making a change here. Yabusele's checked in. Just 5 on the clock. Brown kicks to Craig. And the rejection by MP.
Well, he just doesn't have it right now. It's as simple as that. And his team is struggling as a result.
Unbelievable performance. He's got a quadruple double. And here's White. He'll bring it up for the Boston Celtics. Fast break, Philadelphia. Lowry from outside. They set the pick. Back to MP. Just 5 to shoot. Tries again. Yet another bucket. He's been absolutely ridiculous in this game.
You get the sense he just can't miss.
Celtics shooting a ghastly 26% from the field. Their offensive game looking completely out of whack. Craig finds Porzingis. Here's Hauser, covered by Oubre. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. Dan, you've been on the bench in the NBA for many decades. What were some of your biggest pet peeves as a coach?
Oh my gosh, Kevin, that would be a long list. But the 2 biggest would be this. I think number 1, anytime there was a lack of effort, not running back on defense, things like that, that I had a hard time tolerating. And then,
oh, wow, what a great move inside.
That is incredible.
Wow, we are going to remember that one for a while.
I know I will, Greg. That was special. That was really special. Boston with the ball. And stolen by MP. And it's Lowry penetrating. Yep, that one goes in there. Lowry's got his 3rd basket of the night right there.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
Back to MP. Rebounded by the Celtics. And here is Brown. 24 points for him. The wide open look here for Porzingis. The shot's good. Brown making the play. Brown's got 3 assists in the game. Outside Lowry. 3-pointer. And another assist for him. And that's his 20th assist. Wow.
Just doing a great job at orchestrating the offense.
White, bounce pass. Hauser the pass to Craig. Tried to come right back with the 3 of his own, but it's no good. MP kicks to Yabusele. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
And a chance here to check out some stats on Jaylen Brown. He's been fantastic over the last 10 games or so, averaging about 27 points a game, 3 assists and 4 rebounds. And the phrase stats don't lie absolutely applies here. He's been a monster on the court for this team.
Yeah, look, he is truly the kind of player you build everything around. Your plays, your lineups, it's all about setting this guy up for success.
He blocks it again, making his presence felt on this end.
He's holding down the fort, anchoring the defense.
Well, I like when MP takes initiative like this because it forces the defense to react.
And it'll be his 4th time going to the free throw line in the game.
And did he lay an egg at the stripe in their previous game? Couldn't get anything to drop.
Good on both.
We're still waiting for that first miss from the line this half.
Here's Shireman, still scoreless. Great open look there.
Look, shooting off the catch is something White's become really good at.
And Coach Derek White spent his first 4.5 seasons with the Spurs and Coach Greg Popovich, who did a lot to boost his confidence.
Yeah, Kevin, White was a late first-round pick. He's a humble guy, very hardworking. I don't even think he realized he could be this good. So much control from White in the mid-range.
Philadelphia has gone 2 of 5 with the 3-point shot since coming out of the break. MP finds Oubre. Philadelphia moving the ball around. The drive by MP. 5 on the clock. With the step back. He got it again. Sensational. That's 62 points. 62.
Amazing. A remarkable performance from him so far.
Look, he's got to play smart now. One more foul and he's gone.
The Celtics have shot 10 of 13 from the free throw line.
And how about as a group, 80% on the season, one of their best attributes.
Pritchard, he's checked in for Luke Cornett. Here's Lowry. 10 points for him. It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game time. And MP throws it down hard.
Seems like Lowry always knows where his teammates are.
Well, the Celtics should not looking too good out there in the second half, right around 32%. And White slams it in.
You know, didn't need 2 hands for that slam. One will do just fine.
You're right. He can save the other hand for the next time. He gets that one.
And after really leaning on that 3-point shot in the first half, seeming like they're just getting away from it here in the second. More of the shots coming from the interior.
To the wing right side. Here's Horford. Off target at the rim. MP has been leading the charge for the Philadelphia 76ers. After that outstanding quarter, he's got himself a triple-double. What more is he going to do in this game? We'll find out. And we've got more M2K Sports coming your way after this break. While we have the chance now, folks, let's go to our State Farm assist of the game.
And he sliced the D wide open with this feed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
Now that is an elite level dish. What a great pass.
So it's the 76ers winning this one easily. They won this game going away. They were the better basketball team by far tonight.
And you got to commend this sort of dominance, particularly